Brahmasthana. First we have to understand what exactly is Brahma, what are the faces of Brahma. You see, Brahma has four faces. Actually, he had faces. One of the faces was chopped off by Shiva. Right? There's a long story behind it. But then, what does this four faces and four hands of Brahma represents? You have to understand certain things here. First thing is that these four faces are actually the four Vedas and the four primary directions. That is why it is known as the Brahmasthana. And whenever you want to find out the four directions, you have to first take out the center point, which is known as Brahma. So four faces of Brahma are the four directions: north, south, west, and east. And these are also known as four directions are also known as the four Vedas. Okay, so what all four Vedas? We have Rig Veda. So energy of Rig Veda is in the east. We have Yajur Veda, which is in the south. We have Atharva Veda in the north, and we have Sama Veda in the west. So remember this, that there are directions of the Vedas as well. Okay, so what does that mean? There is a direction of the Vedas. It is the energies associated with the Vedas. So that means if you are reading Rig Veda, you should always face towards the east. Okay, or if you're doing a mantra which has come out of the Rig Veda, you have to face east. If there is a mantra which is given to you from the Yajur Veda, you have to face the south. Okay, if there is a mantra that is given to you from the Atharva, always do it, looking towards the north. And so is Samveda towards the west. So these are the four directions of the Vedas. And these directions were given based on the mantras associated with these Vedas. When you're chanting or you're reciting these mantras, you have to look at a particular direction. The hands of Brahma has four directions, which are a Gadvi, source of water, which is Lakshmi. Then there's intellectualness and there is spirituality. So these are the things expected from the Brahmasthana. Now, to understand these things, one has to be very, very clear on the Brahmasthana. Brahmasthana has to be clean. It has to be a place where you have a lot of light, right? It has to be a place where we have a lot of cleanliness. Color of Brahmaji is white, okay? So the suitable color for walls in Brahmasthana is white, right? Some people suggest making the area with different flooring. It is also advised to have skylight over the center square of your flat, right? So आप वहाँ पर थोड़ा skylight भी उसमें add कर सकते हैं, because I said this area should be light white color. So the best color that you can have on the Brahmasthana is the white color. It's very, very important because Brahmaji represents white beards, white color. Brahmaji is very fair in his complexion. So that energy is there. So all the characteristics of Brahmaji should come there. The color, the kind of knowledge Brahmaji has. For an example, if Brahmaji is controlling the stomach of the Vastu Purusha, what does that mean? That means that the digestion of your home, of the family members, also depend upon the Brahmasthana. When there are no issues, when you go to a doctor and you keep on facing problems in the stomach, you go get your diagnosis done, nothing is coming, but still you have stomach aches of the children, of your family. Where is the problem? The problem is there's something seriously wrong at the Brahmasthana when the digestion is not there. What is the Brahmasthana? Brahmasthana is 11% of the total area from the center. Remember this, 11%, right? So that is the calculation ki how big is the circle of the Brahmasthana. So it is when you get the center by crossing the diagonals, from the four corners, right in the center. When you keep that center, the 11% of the circle is your Brahmasthana. In that place, according to me, it has to be a very, very clear and open space. right? So that there's a good digestion, there is good knowledge, there is good spirituality, and there's good Lakshmi coming at your home. If you don't have these things, things will not be good. Things will not be good, right? It should not be used for keeping a well or a pump or a garbage, or even pillars are not good, right? No heavy objects, no heavy boxes, no heavy furniture should be placed in the Brahmasthana. Nothing like generators or air handling units or even powerhouses, not to be done. See, Brahmaji has white color, and if you use any black or green color, please don't use it. Do not have a kitchen in the Brahmasthana. In US, I've seen this problem. In US, there are so many houses having kitchen in the Brahmasthana. So many houses are having kitchen. So that is, they have extreme amount of digestion issues. You will not be able to trust your children if you have a bad Brahmasthana, and vice versa. Children won't trust you either. So the trust in the family is gone if you have a really really bad Brahmasthana. So be very very careful. Try to keep it open. Most of the maps that you see in India will have a wall, a running wall of a kitchen or a lobby, or a room or a powder room. That's okay. You can have a wall. Ideally, because the flats are so small, right now the houses are small, the center area is not open, they have walls, they have doors running. We can't do much about it, but try to keep it clean. Do not sit in the Brahmasthana, do not have your food on the Brahmasthana. Don't do all these things. Don't make it very very heavy. Don't have a lot of plants with very very heavy pots. Don't have it in the Brahmasthana. Try to keep it neat and clean and open and spacious. That is what is required in the Brahmasthana. What are the good things that you can do in a Brahmasthana? It is considered the home of Lord Brahma and should always be kept neat and clean as much as possible. It is always best to leave the area empty or obstacle free to enjoy more happiness, prosperity, peace, and harmony at home. If you can keep that center of the house open from the top, or you can create, you can have a glass on the top. We call here as a mumti kind of a thing, an open glass or an open elevation where you have that sunlight coming directly, right in the center. That is fantastic, right? That is absolutely fantastic if you are building a home of, I mean, this is not possible in the flat, but this is good if you can do that. It can be made as a lawn or a compound. What our elders used to do. If you see some old homes, how does an old home look like? If you have really really old home in India, if you go there, they were perfect. There were a lot of harmony, lot of respect. In the center, they will always have an open space right in the center. If it's a Hindu family, you will also have a tulsi plant here right in the center, constructed like a small pillar. Old architecture were like this, which was one of the perfect architectures. Do not have a temple in the Brahmasthana, ladies and gentlemen. Do not. Having a temple in the Brahmasthana is also very, very bad. It is not auspicious. In India, we do not pray to Brahma. The only temple of Brahma in India is in one temple in Rajasthan. That's it. So just go and listen to this lecture and try to superimpose these things or at your home, at your office, or at somebody's home, or within a state or within a country. You'll realize so many things. All right, so that's it for today.